Hey y'all, what is up? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Really just depends if you're new here or not. I have not uploaded in 2 days, but I have been working. There are some stuff I'm working on behind the scenes. I said there are, but there is some stuff that I'm working on behind the scenes. I am so incredibly tired today. Y'all are probably going to hear it, and y'all are probably going to tell by my incoherentness. There are 2 things that are pretty exciting that's happening for me this month that I cannot wait to share with you guys, but that's going to have to wait for the next week or 2. Until then, let's resume normal content. Okay, so we have a few things to talk about today, and one is going to be about Jeffree Star claiming Eugenia Cooney is in Wyoming with him currently. Everybody's been wondering where she is, and Jeffree's claiming it's with him.
And you guys, Jenny's here. Eugenia is actually here. She's in town. She's not going to come on camera because y'all bully her too much. But you guys, please say hi to Eugenia. She's sitting right over here. We got Taylor in the building. We got Michael Murch from Fans. Oh my God. Yeah, so sit on it, you guys. Thank you. We got her out of the house, you guys. Drop the Eugenia emotes. She's in Wyoming. She's doing great. She definitely misses going live, but TikTok took away all her privileges. Okay.
Now, before we even address anything that Jeffree just said, I want to address this because I'm tired of seeing other creators say it as well, that TikTok took away her privileges. That's why she's not going live. That's why she's not posting. You can still post and you can still go live. When you're age restricted and demonetized, the only difference is you're not going to receive gifts, and kids can't watch that content. So because she's not getting paid for it, she's not going to go live. We talked about that in the last video. But TikTok did not take away her right to actively use the platform. They just took away her right to get paid while doing so. Also, I've been seeing a lot of speculation in the comment section of TikTok where people are saying, is Eugenia actually with Jeffree? Or is he lying for attention? This, that, and the third. Because people were also saying that there were people that he was naming off that was not there. And Eugenia is possibly one of those individuals. Now, what are my thoughts on it? I think that it's possible that she could be out there. She's flew to Wyoming to see Jeffree Star when she was in bad health before. Why wouldn't she do it again? It's Jeffree Star. She basically worships him. So I can see her flying out to see him and attending this event, whatever this is, with Jeffree. But at the same time, whether she's getting on the camera or not, even in the prior videos of Jeffree live streaming where she was present in the same room at the same event, she would be in the background and you would always hear her giggling or talking, or she'd be in the corner on her own phone in the background somewhere. I don't even hear a chuckle, so I don't know if she's there or not. Maybe she is and she's just being quiet. Now, me personally, and this is just an opinion, it's not factual, it's just what I think, I don't think that she's there, and this is why. I feel like Jeffree Star would have ate up that attention that he would get if Eugenia would say hello or be in the background talking on one of his streams. People are like, oh, it's official, she's actually with Jeffree Star. Drama channels would talk about it. Jeffree would get a lot of attention if Eugenia would pop up in his stream because she's been MIA for 2 damn months. Everybody's been wanting to know where she is. And if she just so would happen to pop up on a Jeffree Star live stream, everybody would be covering that. Everybody would be talking about Jeffree. He would eat that up, but she didn't say anything. And I do understand that while her not speaking does not mean that she is not there definitively. It just means we didn't hear her if she is there. But me personally, I feel like Jeffree Star would have just jumped on the opportunity to have people confirm that she is in Wyoming with him. It would bring more attention his way. So if she is there, Jeffree is probably looking at that like a missed damn opportunity, because he could have had everybody talking about it.
I don't know if I'm just on a different side of TikTok to y'all now, but why has everybody just suddenly stopped talking about Eugenia Cooney? Like, when she couldn't swallow water, y'all were like, ooh! But now that she hasn't posted in like a month and a half, y'all are just like, weather's nice. Sorry. Okay, don't get me wrong, like, I've only just, like, remembered of her right now, but like, I haven't heard anything about her in the last, like, 2 months. I don't know, just a bit crazy. But there are some people who are talking about it, and they've got these conspiracy theories. They've made, like, an AI post where they say she's dead. She's not dead. If she was dead, we'd know. I reckon she's hospitalised somewhere. I don't know how to do that thing, but thank God, or whatever, created the world, I don't know. Oh, and by the way, I'm not complaining that she hasn't posted in 2 months. I think her content's, like, so damaging. But at the same time, she's a human, deserves help, deserves life. So, hope you're okay, Queen. I mean, she's probably not, but...
Speaking of conspiracies, yes, we are going to be talking about another conspiracy. For those of you who don't know and have not been here for a while, when I first started covering Eugenia Cooney about a year ago now, I talked a lot about different conspiracies that people were coming up with on the internet, and I've even made a few of my own, where it's just something I see and I put two and two to what I think would equal four, and I talk about it. Now, if you're anything like me, when you see a situation on the internet, of course it's the internet, we are not physically there, we don't know what's actually going on, we just see what they post, we make our own conclusions, we jump to our own assumptions, and we just run with what we think. But because we don't know the full story, there's always that little part of our brain that's like, okay, but what if it's not that and it's actually this? So while she's on this hiatus away from the internet again, I think it's strictly because she's age restricted and demonetized. Oh, I've said this now like a broken record, just on repeat in the last few videos I've made talking about Eugenia, where it's her job. If she's not getting paid to go to her job or work her job, she's not going to do it. She's not passionate about TikTok. She's passionate about the gifts that get sent to her via TikTok. And while I personally do believe that she enjoys streaming strictly for the money, what if it's not even her who's wanting to go live?
Yeah, all right. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great night. Talk to you guys later. All right. Bye, guys. The mic is still on. Who? Guys, you still hear me? Still streaming. Oh, I'm still live? Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry I was just breathing so deeply there. My nose is, like, kind of runny. She's frustrated. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. The sigh. No, it's because my nose... Okay.
Now, I want y'all to ignore the captions on that video that we just watched because my thoughts are different than what the captions were. I mean, y'all can read the captions. I'm saying, like, form your own opinions, okay? Mine are just different than what the captions had said, so... I'm personally gonna disregard the captions. Y'all don't have to, but me personally, disregarded. Moving forward, I digress. I want y'all to bear in mind, that was not a clip from TikTok. That was not a TikTok live stream. That was a Twitch clip and a live stream that she did over on the Twitch platform once upon a time when she used to actively do Twitch. Now, of course, this was still an era where she did the fake voice and put on the fake show for the audience and made it seem like she was this happy, perky lady who just didn't know what she was doing. She was not there to body check or push harmful content. She was there to talk to everybody and not to receive gifts, even though that's why she would go live. It's her job to get money, so of course she was there to receive gifts from her audience and answer a few questions in return for that money. Now, in the video we just watched of her letting out that big sigh, they were saying that she was frustrated that her camera cut off before she can finish the body check. And then she realized she was still live and people could still hear her, so she had to play it off like, oh, I didn't know I was still live. Sorry I was breathing heavy. Allergies, you know, the excuse that she typically makes. Are y'all ever just having an off day, or y'all are just damn tired? Y'all don't feel like being at work, but you go to work anyway because the bills need to get paid. When it's time for your shift to end, what do? I fucking made it through the day. That's what I do personally, but we all let out that big sigh like, yes, work is done. We get to go home. We get to do something we genuinely enjoy, because it's honestly special if you work a job that you truly enjoy. In my opinion, that sigh was I finally got off of work sigh, and the people on the internet just so happened to hear it, so she tried to pass it off as allergies because she wants people to think that she's passionate about streaming. She loves streaming, when in fact she's just there and in love with the money that she gets while she goes live. And just to prove a little bit of that point I'm trying to make, I'm going to show a clip of the last time she was age restricted and demonetized on TikTok, and both were lifted and she was able to stream normally again. And she did not say, I missed the viewers so much. She did not say she missed going live and talking to everybody. She said how she really missed the gifts. She's so happy she can receive them again.
Thank you for the rosette. Thank you guys so much for all the gifts. Like, it's so nice to be able to finally see TikTok gifts on here again. And I'm just always like extremely grateful for like all you guys' support and for everything. So it really always means a lot. So thank you guys for being here and supporting. Thank you everybody sharing the live. Oh, we're almost to 500 shares, guys. So if you guys do want to share out the live, double.
Now that was her saying she was grateful to receive gifts again. And she thanks everybody for sending them, so that's great. Why are we talking about this? Why has this video been me rambling the past few minutes? We're getting to it now. Pretty much when I went to TikTok and seen that Jeffree Star update, I started to fall down a little bit of a rabbit hole of other clips where she was complaining about streaming, and just you can tell she wasn't happy in the streaming clips, and it leads back to that question that we had talked about a long time ago, which does involve her mother, Deb. Now, back in the day, and people still think this to this day, but back in the day, about like 2 years ago, it was circulating the internet and everybody was really talking about the fact that there was a clip, pretty much, let's start with this, where Eugenia was curling her hair with a curling wand, and you can hear her mom in the background arguing with the grandma. The grandma said, "You're kidding her," and the mom said, "I just want the money," and everybody jumped on that and was like, oh my gosh, Deb just admitted it, that she's doing this for the money. And again, this is all allegedly, and that could be the case. None of us really know what's going on. Again, we just see what we see on the internet, and we make our own opinions about it, come to our own conclusions. It's just speculation. It's just what we think in our little heads. And it could be true, could not be true. And I just want everybody to keep in mind that that family has money. That dad has a really good job, and he makes bank every year. They've always lived in $1 million plus home prior to Eugenia even starting this online journey where she was able to earn income from just being online. Now, this is where it's going to get a little bit dark. If y'all, well, it's all dark, but you know what I mean? It's going to get like a little bit twisted now. If y'all remember, we made videos talking about her father. How he's not or wasn't the best person at one point in time. He has a history of drunk driving and violent charges where he allegedly attempted to unalive Deborah. Anyways, there was a lot that went on in that situation, and we personally, I did at least, came to the conclusion it is possible that Deb and Eugenia have a weird codependency on each other from what Deb went through in the past with the dad. So maybe they have this like trauma bond. Now, in that clip I want to talk back to where Deb said, "I just want the money." This is what I started to think about today. And yeah, I know what y'all are probably thinking, this is old Revoke, like we've talked about this before. But I have some new thoughts and opinions, so we're bringing it back up. Now, let me clear my throat and be ready to get the backlash. Now, when the grandma said, "You're unaliving her," and Deb said, "I just want the money," there could be a very high chance that she was talking about Eugenia, but not in the way that we all think, where Deb just wants her to go live so Eugenia can give her the money from that live stream. So, you know, they can fund the trips to Disney and whatnot. But I think that personally the family already has enough money to where that would all be funded and they can still live a comfortable lifestyle with the shopping sprees and everything else that they go on. Now, y'all could see too, and this is something we talked about when we made videos about the dad, which I have a few on my channel. Feel free to go check them out. I know shameless promotion, whatever. But we had made a few videos on the dad, and I always said that it looks like Eugenia gets a little bit like uncomfortable, you know, her body gets a little bit stiff when he comes in the room or goes to talk to her, and there is this one clip where basically she was telling the stream like, "Oh, did you see him? Did you see my dad?" Like, making it seem like she wanted somebody to take notice of who her father actually was. Where am I going with this? I know I've been ranting for a minute. We are getting to it now. If you are still around for this, give yourself a damn pat on the back, because congratulations. You made it through my ADHD. I don't know how to put two and two together rant. Like, I could have gave y'all a 3-minute summary leading into what we were going to talk about now, and instead I was like, but we need the details, so let me just tell you everything. So what I'm thinking is, yes, what if Deb does just want the money from Eugenia going live, even though it's not good to her in the slightest? But what if Eugenia is not okay, and what if this is happening to her, what she's doing to herself because of the home environment, which is something else we've talked about on the channel, but not necessarily from Deb, even though Deb is an enabler of this, but because of the dad. And yes, Deb is guilty here too, but hear me out. What if this is stemming from something that the dad has done to the family, or to Eugenia specifically? But even though we know that history with Deb, so it would have been something that he's done to the both of them. And what if Deb wants to leave, but she doesn't want to leave that luxurious lifestyle in $1 million home with all expenses paid? If she would leave the dad, they would need their own form of income, and you get paid pretty damn decently for being a content creator online. So what if, hear me out, just hear me out. Deb wants Eugenia to go live, regardless of if it's bad for her health or not, and is even encouraging this online idiocracy behavior with what Eugenia is doing to herself and with this platform, because she wants Eugenia to get all this money from her subscribers and from her followers so that they can have their own money to financially be free and away from the rest of the family, aka the father.
Let's see a little like scene twist.
While I still personally believe Deb is just as guilty in this situation, because regardless of why you're allowing your daughter to go live, even if it's for your own, especially if it's for your own personal financial gain and aspect, pushing your own narrative is something that you want to happen for yourself, it's not okay, and she is an enabler of this condition, just in my opinion. Yes, Eugenia is an adult. Yes, she's an adult. She can make her own decisions. If she wants better, nobody can help her but herself. But as a parent, I just never understood Deb's perspective and how she just stands idly by and even partakes in filming Eugenia, as bad as she is. But just to reopen the conspiracy that we talked about on this channel before, because this is one that we've always talked about and I've brought up multiple times over the last year that I've been covering Eugenia, is this hand signal thing. Sure, she's a little bit awkward. She makes awkward movements with her body. A lot of it does stem from this illness. It's involuntary movements and spasms. But at the same time, what if this is voluntary and she is doing that hand signal, knowing what the hand signal is, and nobody really picked up or noticed it or nothing was done because they think it's just Eugenia moving involuntary? And what if this signal wasn't just about the mom, but about the dad?
Eugenia needs help away from her mother.
Dad is like, hey, I'm nice. Ways, you guys, and sometimes plus it's nice to get to do something kind of like nice for subs. We have been getting a lot of these.
Now, what if, and again, that clip could be a coincidence, okay? It could be strictly coincidence. She likes pink stuff. She has a lot of pink stuff. It could very much be a coincidence that this person said, hold up something pink if you need help from your mother. And she just so happened to, go to tuck her hair behind her ears. Same time that comment was sent with a pink item in her hand. Possible. And now this is where I'm hoping it's going to start to make a little bit more sense. I probably should have waited to do this video whenever I was a little bit more awake. I know I probably sound awake. I've been drinking, this is my third coffee today, and I've had sugar in every single one. Coffees have not been decaf. My little heart is fluttering, and I just feel like I'm ready for the world, even though I'm ready to go to sleep at the same time. I am so tired inside, but on the outside, I feel like I'm Trisha Paytas right now, and I'm ready to go on American's Got Talent and just, read a book as fast as I can, and then immediately have a promo at Ellen doing the same shit. I feel like Trisha Paytas, y'all. So basically, this theory, conspiracy I'm running on right now is basically, what if she was doing this, going live, even though she's not passionate about it, seen how much money she can get from it, and decided to use this as her way of getting enough money to be financially independent from the family. And what if Deb also seen that and wants to, do it with Eugenia? That's why she films her and stuff and was very hands-on during the content, because the mom wants away from the dad as well. Let me scratch my head real quick. We're getting. And what if Eugenia got to the point where she knows how she feels? She can deny this disorder all that she wants, but at the end of the day, we know she's not feeling good. We know that she's tired. We know that she can't be feeling good. Just it's as simple as I can say it. You can deny that something's wrong with you all you want, but we know that she's feeling the repercussions from having a prolonged disorder. So what if that's why she's been doing the help hand signals in her content, allegedly again, because she knows, even if she doesn't strictly want the help, maybe there's something else that she was trying to imply to about the parents or about her home situation, even though she could still deny this disorder. I don't know, maybe she just wanted people to see, yeah, there is something more going on, even though I don't open up about it. And the dad has a serious job, a serious job, so maybe there has been some form of NDA that he's even made her sign, or that she's had to sign, when it comes down to going online and how much she's able to say about the family. And maybe that's why she's not fully able to open up about it, because we damn know that Kevin Cooney wants all these little records and all these little things as deeply buried as possible, so nobody talks about it. So maybe that's why she doesn't talk about it, but she still does these hand signals and other things, just implying that something probably isn't right or isn't going good on her end. Even though she can't talk about it, she wants people to know, in hopes there could be some form of intervention, even if it's not rehab, but just intervention away from her family. And in that last live stream, that health scare that she had before she went on this hiatus, because shortly after that incident, she was age restricted and demonetized. Maybe this is why she did that live stream and went ahead and stayed live for as long as she did, feeling the way that she did, as bad as she did, because she wanted people to see she's not doing okay. And maybe she wants intervention. I don't know. I want to be very clear, okay? Because now I'm starting to not explain this great. But if y'all have been here for a minute, y'all know I'm not good at explaining stuff. This is just a channel where we sit down and we talk tea together, eat some cookies while we do so. But this isn't a channel that's like, I'm going to explain this perfectly. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just here to talk to you guys and get y'all's thoughts and opinions. So don't expect me to be a wordsmith today, especially not now. Missy, ma'am, I am tired. But maybe this was her way of being like, look, I've been wanting away from my family. Maybe she doesn't want to go to rehab necessarily or have an actual intervention for this disorder she has. But maybe she does want out of that household and out of that toxic environment that we know it is from everything that she's talked about online before and all the clips that have went viral of weird incidents. So maybe that's why she did this live stream where she was clearly struggling. Y'all, she seemed like she was literally about to just pass out. Like, she was barely holding on there. And she stayed alive. What? And at that point, I don't think it was about the gifts, but I think it was strictly to show people, I'm not doing okay. Fuck this house. I think it was something. I think that there was something there and why she did that live stream that we're just not necessarily seeing. And why do I say that? I know health incidents can pop up, especially if you're as sick as somebody as she is, as frail as she is. It's pretty much imminent that something's going to happen at some point where you're going to have kind of a health scare. But when she started that live stream, she was already kind of out of it and very drowsy. And this is how she remained for the rest of the live stream until that health incident, and she ended it.
I'm using the pink one right now. Really, really good makeup brushes. Product. So thank you so much. So everybody drop a rose, tap the screen. Oh, how did you guys sleep last night? I slept a couple hours. I didn't sleep like that long. I slept like a few hours at least. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm just thinking what we're doing next. All right, you guys, it's pinned. Oh, I did not stay up all night, you guys. No, I went to bed. Ugh. Okay. What other ones do we have? Ugh.
I don't know, I don't feel like her today. I think I might get off. I'm just kind of like letting my stress get to me. Alright, I'm gonna get off for now.
Now, it's very possible, I want everybody to keep in mind, that she was not feeling well when on this live stream, and it just so happened to get worse, and she wasn't expecting it to get worse, and that led to this moment that we seen on camera where she was really struggling. But I also want everybody to keep in mind, the dad probably doesn't want his daughter to go get help, because something that I've talked about in the past is I think that people in that family are covering for each other. I think something could have possibly happened to Eugenia, or just there was negligence on the family's end that led to this and the progression of this, and that's why they just don't want their little secrets exposed, and I think that's why they're covering for each other. And it is possible that Deb wants to get away from the father, but she's a stay-at-home mom. She's been a stay-at-home mom for a very long time now with two kids. One has special needs, and Eugenia has been unconfirmed. So I think it's possible she does want to get away from Kevin, but didn't know how to do it financially, and so what she decided to do was use Eugenia's online income. I also think it is another very plausible scenario where the family has paid off the police department because, and hear me out, I know that seems like a stretch. What's her name? Emily or Elizabeth Callahan, okay? There's this girl on the internet that my mom has been talking about nonstop, okay? She lives with this family who they have very well-paying jobs. They're very wealthy individuals. And the police show up to their house literally every day, if not just every other day, for their daughter, Elizabeth Callahan, who is going through drugs right now, and she was in rehab for drug use prior. And the cops show up all the time for this girl, and it's always the same thing, and the parents are always laughing and acting like it's not a big deal. Like, you can just tell that the family is, like, thriving with the attention that they're getting right now from their daughter being in the situation that she's in. And you can tell that they love it, and they're, like, eating up all this attention that they're getting from the city. And when the cops show up, they'll watch this little girl put her hands on people and do things that, if anybody else did, you get arrested for it. And my mom has this theory that she thinks that the police department has been paid off because of the amount of times they've showed up witnessing crimes and just walk away from the situation. What further makes her think this as well is because the police one time had to drive her to a hospital for care, and instead of driving to the one in their jurisdiction, which is typically what the police will do, they took her out of town per the mother's request. Which, I'm not a law expert, but that's not something I have ever seen done happen before. So that is interesting to me, and I told my mom I'd take a look at this, so if y'all are interested in that, to let me know. But I think that the police department has been paid off on Eugenia's end, because how many times have they showed up and nothing's gotten done? And the police chief at one point, James Heavey, even put out a statement saying she's perfectly fine, she's healthy, we know her, she likes chicken sandwiches, like, she's fine, she takes care of herself. People on the internet are just pretty dramatic and crazy. We know that's not the damn case. So what if Eugenia did this live stream, like, okay, they always say I'm okay, but if I would show this, there's no denying it. What if Eugenia was thinking to herself when she went live, I might get repercussion from this, yes, I might lose my account, and that's not really that high of a plausible thing either, because Lord knows that she loves going live for the gifts. But again, if this is any truth behind what I'm saying or what I think here, then it is plausible that she said, fuck this account at this point, this is what I want to do because my family's fucking crazy and controlling, and everybody always says I'm fine when the police show up, my parents say I'm fine, so what if I show the world truly that I'm not okay? Would there be some form of intervention then? And what if that led to this live stream here where she, of course, was showing how not well she's doing? Well, I just want to say real quickly, excuse me for, like, the rants that I went on today. I should script videos when it comes to this kind of stuff, but I will redo this video with, like, actual coherent thoughts when I'm not extremely tired and actual clips to back up certain things that I'm saying. But I just wanted to see if this would be something that y'all be interested in, if y'all have any form of agreement to what I just said. If y'all think that could be the case, let me know in the comment section, or if y'all are even interested in hearing more of my thoughts and opinions about it more coherently, let me know in the comment section as well, and I'll go back and redo this video with actual evidence that could uphold some of the things I'm saying. Like I said, when I first started covering Eugenia Cooney, we covered a lot of her early on content and early on streams, even from YouNow and Twitch. And we've had a lot of conspiracies over here, not just from me, but from y'all, and we've always discussed it and talked about it. And I've hung up my tinfoil hat for a while, but I decided to get her out today, dust her off, and give it a go. Again, I was just scrolling through TikTok, I started to come across certain things, and I was like, you know what, this is making me think differently, or just like start a conspiracy from past conspiracies that we've talked about. Let me just give it a go and talk about it and see what y'all think. So again, with that being said, let me know in the comment section what y'all think about the situation. Do y'all think that there could be truth behind it? Do y'all want a second video, like a part 2 to this, kind of explaining further with actual clips of the father and actual news articles that back up what I was saying? I did make prior videos about it, but if you're new here, you might not have seen them. So just let me know. Let me know what y'all think, what I should do for the next one talking about this. And again, I do apologize. I am so freaking tired now, and I had to have 3 cups of coffee just to get me like to this point where I like could even attempt to make a video. So my thoughts were probably pretty much everywhere. I'm also unmedicated ADHD, so my thoughts are everywhere in the first place, and when I'm tired, it just does not help me say what I need to say and sound coherent doing it. But with that being said, it's that time of the video where I want to know y'all's thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next damn video. Alright, bye.